Is Wonder Woman too violent for school? Have you ever thought of that? Like, have you ever looked at someone who's wearing like a superhero shirt and was like, "Oh my gosh, that's too violent for school. You shouldn't wear that." Or how about a lunchbox? Have you ever saw like someone with a superhero lunchbox and said, "That's too violent for school"? Well, let me start the story from the beginning. So one day I'm literally driving home. I think it was from like work or school. I don't remember, but I'm in my car. I'm driving home and it's quiet. I have nothing on, no music, no radio, nothing. And I decided actually, you know what? I want to listen to something. So I turned on the radio and it's usually music, but today I decided to listen to talk radio. I'm not sure what got me into this, but I turned onto the radio and I got to this station called the Joe Walsh Show. That's Joe Walsh. A couple fun facts about Joe Walsh. He's a conservative. He probably would say he's a Republican, maybe a libertarian. He used to be a US congressman. And in 2020, he ran up against Donald Trump for the nomination. He didn't win, obviously, but he is someone that is political. He likes to talk about political things. Well, back in 2015, he said something that caught my attention. He said, "Stick a fork in America. We're done. School bans superhero lunchboxes because Wonder Woman is too violent." What? I literally was like, that caught my attention, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I pulled over. No, I didn't get pulled over. I mean, wait, no, I pulled over my car. Like literally, I'm driving, and I said, you know what? I have to pull over. I pulled over into like some sort of parking lot, and I was really like couldn't stop thinking about this. And so Walsh just kept saying over and over. He said, "Poor Laura." Laura's the little girl in the story, and he said, "Poor Laura. How can this little fifth grader? I think she's in fifth grade. How can she get in trouble for bringing this Wonder Woman lunchbox? What is wrong with our schools?" And I started thinking, yeah, he's got a good point. Like, what if they start banning lunchbox? What if they ban my lunchbox? Yeah, I have a lunchbox too, and mine's of the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Would they ban that too? Look how violent that is with the swords and the slashing and the you have Donatello. I mean, you look at this. Like, they might ban that too. So here's what I did next. I called the radio station. Yeah, I know, I'm a nerd. But you know what? I wanted to like ask them some questions. And so I called them and I got to the radio station screener. He's basically the person who answered the phone before getting on the show. Actually, I never got on the show. He never put me on because I had all these different questions. So let me ask, what kind of questions would you have to the radio screener? What would you want to know if this story was true or not true? I asked him a whole bunch. He puts me on hold. I'm literally waiting on hold. And he comes back and he says, "Well, here's what we know. Everyone else is posting it. It must be true." What? What do you think of that response from the screener? Everyone else is posting it, so it must be true. Is that a good response? Would that work for an assignment for school? Would that work in court? Would that work with your parents? Everybody else is doing it, so I should be able to do it? Okay. That's literally what I said. Okay. We ended the conversation. And I immediately, when I got home, I just went on the internet and I was typing and typing and typing. And I was looking for answers to the questions that I came up with. So here's my question for you. What would you be researching if you heard this story? What would you want to know? What would you need to know if this story is a true story or if it's made up? And if it was made up, why would they make it up? Like, why would this radio station talk about it? And then, this is true, other organizations, news organizations, also publish this story as truth. Why would they do it? Like for part 2.